Hey guys, so what we'll do today is they'll be watching The Exorcist 3, and by popular demand, you guys have told me to skip the second one, The Exorcist Hectic, something like that. Apparently, that is a terrible sequel, it's a terrible movie, and I'll be wasting my time watching it. And yeah, it was crazy. Like most comments were saying, skip the second one and watch the third one. And I guess that one is just a. I'm not gonna lie. The amount of times I got that comment, it made me curious to watch the second one, regardless. But yeah, because I've skipped the second one. Apparently, I'm not gonna miss much by skipping the second one. This is like a direct sequel to the first one, maybe. But I have no idea what the story of this is gonna be. I don't know who's in it. I don't know what to expect. This is a proper first time watching because the first Exorcist, I had flashbacks of certain scenes, um, like the head turning and going down the stairs. Not the crucifix one. That was a fucked up scene, and I'm still traumatized over that. And when she had that guy's voice, your cunting daughter, that was very fucked up too. And but yeah, the movie, you know, it's nearly 50 years old, and it had this impact on me, even though it's 2021, and there's been so many more horror movies of that subject matter nowadays, and they can't even trump it. The experience I had during that movie was way better than the experience I had watching the third Conjuring movie, which I didn't do a reaction to, but yeah, I'm sure you guys are not upset by that. You know, it's the fucking third one. Who cares? But yeah, I'm very curious to check this out, and let's see where he goes from here. We know Father, what's his name, Damien something. He died at the end of the first one. He kind of sacrificed himself to help Reagan, and yeah, it was a good ending for his character. He was good. He was a very good character because you get to know a lot about him, about his mother, and he's lost faith, and he died doing the right thing, I guess, and doing what he was meant to do. But yeah, unless he comes back to life in this one, who the hell knows? But yeah, enough talking. If you guys are interested, you can watch the full length reactions on my Patreon, where you can watch full length reactions to all the movies and TV show episodes I watch on Patreon. And without further ado, let's fucking do this, boys. It goes 3, 2, 1, go.
Damien.
Rest in peace, Damien. I love this music, I do. It's so chilling. Those stairs are the most fucked up part. So was he the friend from the first movie? 17 years later. Older, obviously. Ed Flanders. Brad Dourif. Look at here. Scott Wilson. What's his first person shot? It's kind of creepy.
And of falling down a long flight of steps.
That sounded like Damien.
I'm taking Bill Kinderman with me.
The cop?
Yeah. Yeah, every year on this day he gets depressed, so I try to cheer him up.
Oh, you're home now.
No, gotta go again. Today's my day to cheer up our friend, Fella Dyer.
He said the opposite.
My wife's mother is visiting, Father. And Tuesday night she's cooking us a carp. She buys it live. And for 3 days it's been swimming up and down in my bathtub. Up and down. And
It's a bit extreme, isn't it?
I can't stand the sight of it. I can't go home until the carp is asleep. Because if I see it swimming, I'll kill it.
What a monologue. My God.
This need to confess so many things. 17 of them, Father. The first was that waitress near Candlestick Park. She bled a great deal. It's a problem that I'm working on, Father.
Creepy as fuck. Oh, I got chills, man. Oh, we didn't see what it looked like. She sounded like Reagan a little bit. Like when she was possessed.
Oh, I found it in the street. I thought it suited you.
A connection?
Are you sure this isn't serious, Joe?
Well, with Eddie, there was
You shut up about Eddie!
With my brother, it was nerves.
Is everything all right in here, guys?
We're fine!
Jesus.
EKG stat to ER. EKG stat to ER.
Father Canavan's vocal cords were paralyzed.
To communicate. Come in, please.
The living are deaf.
How you doing, Lieutenant?
I'm so sorry you were murdered, Thomas. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Imagine if it was actually like that. When you die, it's all like this.
Kinderman.
What the fuck are you telling me? That's the face of someone who's seen way too many dead bodies. Lay it out, man. Don't keep it in. I don't show us. Leave it to the imagination. What is blood?
What are they? What's in them?
Father Dyer's entire blood supply. Not a drop
Yes.
spilled. All
That's some like magician shit, that is. It's so wonderful.
Dr. Hoffman, line 412.
Lieutenant?
Dr. Hoffman, line 412.
I found her lying completely unconscious.
When was that?
On my way to give the father his last medication.
The 5 or the 6?
The 6.
Mrs. Clay is a patient?
Something's off about that nurse.
I'd be very proud to believe so.
You're not my son.
That's Herschel from Walking Dead. Oh my god.
There's your girl over there.
Nor canst thou kill me.
I was only 21 when I died.
About the Gemini's strange M.O., I'll remind you. Supposedly, the middle finger of the victim's left hand was always found severed, always missing. Twins.
That was 15 years ago.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Temple, why are you encouraging this?
Shut your mouth! The missing finger was not on the victim's left hand, but on the right. It was the index finger, this one. Only Richmond Homicide knew that, no one else. The misinformation was fed to the press in order to weed out all the crackpots who were coming in saying every day that they were the Gemini killer.
Father Dyer, Joseph Dyer.
Father Dyer's middle name was Kevin.
Kevin.
So the Gemini killer, is he possessing these bodies? Possessing? Is he the back as a demon?
Spring
Whoa.
activated.
Does it?
Open it, and it closes on its own. It's a little stiff. Needs adjustment.
That dude's definitely a killer. Look at him. Joker.
Yes, I know.
Joe is also a friend of the McNeils.
And Father Canavan?
Canavan had my job back then. He gave Damien permission to investigate the case.
That leaves us with the country boy, Father.
The police brought him in here 15 years ago. They picked him up wandering the C&O Canal. About 6 weeks ago, he slowly started to come out of it. And then all of a sudden, he got violent. Really bad news. We've been giving him electroshock therapy. He says he's the Gemini killer.
That was a weird edit. What the fuck?
I want the file on that man. Were there any signs of injuries? Blood, lacerations?
That would be in the file.
It is not in the file! It is not! 2 men on every ward. Rotate.
Jesus. It's not. He doesn't like that lady. He doesn't like that nurse.
The man in cell 11 is Damien Karras.
What?
It's a wonderful laugh.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Who are you?
Welcome back.
Are you Damien Karras?
You haven't any medical records for him, have you? I killed her. And then I dropped her off at the city dump. Some of her I kept. That's the thrill of it. No motive. That's the fun. The black boy and the priests. Are they calling these Gemini killings in the papers?
The Gemini is dead.
No, I am not! I'm alive! I go on! I breathe! Look at me! Look at me! And tell me what you see!
Tell the press that I am the Gemini lieutenant, or I will punish you.
What are you talking about?
Do you dance?
What do you mean?
His daughter.
A decapitated head can continue to see for approximately 20 seconds. So when I have
true?
one that's cocking, I always hold it up so that it can see its body. It's a little extra I throw in for no added charge.
I must admit it makes me chuckle every time.
His voice.
Life is fun.
Into the vein that leads directly into the heart, and then you just hold up the legs and you squeeze the blood. Off comes the head without spilling one single drop of blood. Now, I call that showmanship, Lieutenant. Before
He was asking for that.
you booze from the gallery, I see.
Oh, he's transformed back. Oh my god. What a fantastic scene. Brad Dourif and dude from the first movie. What a performance. This is a very long shot. Yeah.
Can't I get any sleep? What the hell do you want?
I'm very sorry.
Bad enough you wake me up at 5:30 for breakfast.
Sir, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. I think you do this on purpose. What's your...
Fuck you, movie. That scared the living shit out of me. this movie has pretty good jump scares.
Catholic rosaries.
Did you get my message?
Loud and clear.
So awfully dead in that electric chair. I didn't like it. A certain matter of an exorcism, I think, in which your friend Father Karras expels certain parties from the body of a child. Certain parties were not pleased, to say the least. Is the torment of your friend, Father Karras, as he watches while I rip and cut and mutilate the innocent, his friends, and again.
He will never get away! His pain won't end!
Gracious me. Was I raving?
Brad Dourif's amazing in this movie.
It was quite an effort to regenerate his puny little brain cells. It took me 15 years. I have dreams of a rose. I'm falling down a long flight of stairs.
Yeah, we heard this earlier in the beginning.
I don't believe you're the Gemini killer.
Oh, you are issuing a clear invitation to the dance.
What does that mean? Did Temple get you out of this cell?
That is the $1 million question.
Just friends. Old friends.
The way he's done this voice, it's really creepy. Because he doesn't sound like this, obviously, in interviews. Like, it's so deep. Old friends. Brad Dourif is an Alien, the Alien movies, Halloween movies, The Exorcist, Child's Play. I'm sure Lord of the Rings. Oh, whoa.
There's a nurse coming over with a package.
Fuck. Oh my god. She is terrifying looking.
Please help me. Is it bedtime?
So she's staying for dinner or what?
Catatonics are so easy to possess.
What's this?
But come in, Father Morning. Enter, Night. This time you're going to lose.
Power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Right, prayer.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Do you think they will save you now as before?
And forgive us our trespasses.
Well, I can pray too.
As we forgive those who trespass.
You feel my little orisons creeping up your spine.
And lead us not into temptation.
He who flung you from heaven to the depths of hell.
You robber of life. You author of pain. Human race.
It's just turned into the fucking Hellraiser movie. I thought he was doing well. Not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna.
You're free. Yes, I believe. I believe in death. I believe in injustice and inhumanity and torture and anger and hate. I believe in cruelty and infidelity. I believe in slime and stink and corruption, you son of a bitch! I believe! Oh, Bill. My God!
You grow tiresome, Lieutenant.
Damien! Fight!
Bill, now! Shoot now! Kill me now!
We won. Bill, now free me.
Oof. That was a lot to take in. And that was The Exorcist 3. And that ending, there's a lot to digest there, boys and girls. I'm still blown away that Father Karras is back, or Father Damien. I'm just gonna call him Damien because I know him personally. But Damien, it's so crazy. Like I didn't. This is my raw reaction to this. I didn't expect to see Damien in this, and he was possessed by this killer, played beautifully by Brad Dourif. He was sensational in this movie. How he portrayed this, I think, Gemini killer. There was several monologues he's done in this movie where I was just gripped to the fucking screen. This guy, he's kind of underrated of how talented he is. He's just known as the guy who does a Chucky voice. No. In this movie, he blows me away. And I didn't even know he was in this movie. So it's kind of like I'm part of the blame as well. But because there was tears coming down his eye. His voice was so low. And because when you think about Brad Dourif's voice, it's synonymous, I hate that word. It's known for the voice of Chucky being high pitched and giggly and saying crude things. In this, his voice is so low, but because he's a demon and being possessed and all that, it kind of makes sense. But and then I believed it. I believed he was a sadistic, horrible killer that took joy in this. I 100% believed that, and I was just gripped to the screen. It was the highlight of this movie, 100%. And you don't see much of what's his name? I think his name's Jason Miller. I think who plays Karras in the first one, and then in this, you don't see much of him as himself. But even when he's possessed, it's more the Gemini killer. And it was great to see him again because I liked his character in the first movie, his little arc he has, and him being back, being possessed by this killer, and finally putting an end to his character in a way, having Kinderman basically euthanize him, kill him, getting put an end to him, end to his suffering. He's been suffering for 15 years since the whole Reagan exorcism. This Gemini killer, and it was a lot of stuff to deal with because this is like a psychological movie as well. It's a deep, smart movie. This and the first one, it's very unconventional if you compare it to the Conjuring movies or the other supernatural movies we get these days. They're not as deep and not as psychological. And in the first one, it was about Damien losing his faith and dealing with what happened with his mother, and that was a big part of the movie. And this is about this guy, this detective who you can tell by how he looks at the bodies of these victims and how he does his job. He's weathered. He's been through it all. He's been a good at least 30, 40 years being a detective and homicide detective or whatever you want to say, and he's seen a lot of fucked up shit, and you can tell it has a profound impact on him as a character, and he goes for this movie zero fucks to care. He doesn't give any fucks at all. He's a fun lead to follow. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the actor who plays him, but he does a brilliant job in this movie. He had a prior relationship with Karis as well. That he meets with the priest. I forgot his name. I think his name's Dyer. To reminisce about what happened to Karis 15 years later. Because this is 1990. I thought that happened in 73 when the movie came out, but it must have happened in 75. So, so when it comes to his friends, I assume he was referring to the old lady that he possessed. Like, maybe it's just me being dumb, but these two movies, they don't throw everything at you. They make you think about what they're saying and make you trying to think of the things it's yourself. You know, he doesn't just spoon feed you information. I have to sneeze now. Bless me. Yeah, that's what I appreciate with this movie. Maybe because it's older, so it because a lot of these movies these days are very easy to watch and easy to get through and escapism, but still this one makes you think. But there's 3 scenes that have a weird impact when I watched this. 3 scenes that either scared me, had my attention, or creeped me out. And like I said, I'm not a guy who gets creeped out that much by ghosts and stuff. For me, real life killings, which is interesting here because in this movie it's about this Gemini killer who did horrible things to these people. So it's like a good mixture of both. But there was one scene where the confession scene, and early on in the movie, one of the priests, the first priest that dies in this movie, at first you think it's like the demon that possessed Reagan because it has this low, like feminine voice but very creepy, and it's the Gemini killer, it must be, and it admits to one of the killings, and then it has this horrible maniacal laughter, and then because you don't know what he looks like either at the time, so you're like, what the fuck? And then the priest gets dealt with. That scene was creepy, and you could probably tell by my reaction when I'm. It's gonna be funny when I edit these reactions, especially to horror movies. My face, I'm always pulling funny faces during those situations because that was generally horrific. And that other scene where, it's later on in the movie. There's like 2 fucking jump scares in that scene where it's a random patient. And that one got me more than the other one actually. And then this nurse is shutting the door, and then some fucking, I don't even know, this white thing with a weapon just charges at her from behind with this music, like just really loud, and I'm like, I didn't expect that. You know, the jump scares in this movie got me good. I didn't expect it because I don't really remember the jump scares in the first one getting me as much. I don't think there was many jump scares in the first movie. I don't think so. So whoever did this in this movie, fuck you, because you got me. And the third scene was the reveal of Father Karras, aka the Gemini killer, Brad Dourif, the whole sequence, and brilliant performance, and it had me gripped to the screen. And I knew when he was saying dance, keep on mentioning dance, I knew he was referring to his daughter. I think most people probably could tell because I'm not a genius. You can tell. So and he sounds that old scary bitch. But yeah, this movie, I was satisfied with this. It was a great sequel. Expand on it perfectly. It didn't need to bring Reagan back or anything. I think they did in the second one, didn't they? Because I think there's a poster of her on them as the centerpiece. But yeah, and it ends with the burial of Father Karras. You know, a perfect ending to this two movie story. If you know, and you can't complain. A great performance by all the actors. You got Scott Wilson, aka Herschel from The Walking Dead, in this. He was in other films too. And he was an interesting character in this as well. Then some of the nurses were creepy in this. But yeah, that was my reaction to The Exorcist 3. Great fucking movie. And I'm disappointed I didn't check this out sooner, because you guys were telling me in the comments, watch this one, don't watch the second one, and you guys were right. Bravo. I'm still curious to check out the second one and see how bad it truly is, but I'm that kind of person who allows torture to come. I don't prevent it because I'm an idiot. But yeah, that's my reaction to The Exorcist 3. Thank you for watching. And if you guys are interested, you can watch the full-length reactions on my Patreon, where you can watch full-length reactions to all the movies and TV show episodes I watch on Patreon. And I will see you guys next time. And the power of Christ compels you.